Let's jump into some details and talk about some techniques you can actually do. Let's talk about user stories, but first a disclaimer. We need to get something straight. There's no such thing as a tool, practice or technique that works on every single project. It would be nice if the world worked in such a formulaic way where all you had to do was take the proven tools and tie them together, but that's just not how it works. You have to figure out which tools work best for your project and then try it. Got it? Great. Having said that, user stories is one of the techniques that is most commonly applicable. I think in many years of doing this, I've only ever seen about 2 or 3 projects where that wasn't a good idea. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that user stories are probably a good fit for your project. So let's look at what is a user story. So user stories are tied to a backlog, so you should probably watch the video about that as well, which will be coming out shortly after this one. What user stories are is a way of allowing the team to organize around achieving the same goal. They're kind of like a to-do item on a shared to-do list. Often it gets written in the form of a card, and it describes a change in the software that you're trying to write that a user can notice. To start with, let's keep user stories really simple and just talk about the 2 most important things about a user story. The first one is that it describes a change that the user can interact with. The user has to be able to see the difference to the change. Think about it in the format of the old Zen question. If a tree falls in the forest and no one can hear it, did it make a sound? If you make some change to your software and no user can tell, have you changed anything? Secondly, it's really important that the story is as small as possible. It should be the smallest possible change that you can imagine to your software.
Here's an experiment to try. Get the team together and ask them to write a set of user stories, 1 per card, each card describing a small change to whatever software they're working on that the user should be able to experience. Try and get them to use the smallest change imaginable. It doesn't matter because you can have lots and lots of user stories. Try that out and see what you learn.
There's a lot more to talk about with user stories, like what words to actually write on the card, what makes the difference between a good and a bad user story, how to collect your user stories, but I'm going to talk about all of that in future videos. For now, like, comment and subscribe below, and I'll see you next time.